Welcome back. It is Tuesday. Critical Paint Studios, Justin Lane, Amanita Shaman, Creeper Tables, going live and loud on Twitch, Beam, and YouTube Live. I hope you're doing well out there. If you are out there, drop a hello. Let us know what you're up to today. You got anything cool planned or anything like that? Now, yesterday we finished off the main work on the mushroom. So we swap over this one. Yeah, we did sort of sits up this way. Did a bit of an orange rim. Sort of worked that in a bit, and then work some orange into the top here and around the outside. Just because those particular types of mushrooms have that particular effect. We started working on our sleeves of our dwarf, as you can see there. Sort of got a nice sky blue happening. We'll work into a bit with some indigos and purples and things, and go a bit lighter in spots to make sure we've hit our highlights and everything correctly. First, I'm going to clean my glasses because they are filthy. Now, you'll have to forgive, there's a garbage truck just about to come past. Usually makes a bit of noise. There he is right there. Okay, we're going to get stuck straight in. 2 viewers, 1 each on Beam and 1 on Twitch. I'm pretty sure that's me, but that's okay. Alrighty, so. Need my goggles. Alright, we've got 2 on Beam, 1 on Twitch. Hello, wherever in the world you are. Gonna need to dust off. Just been doing a few different things this morning, getting my stuff ready for the commission we showed on stream yesterday for the Dragon Eclipse board game, which is like a Pokemon battler board game with sort of heavy Skylanders influences. Quite cool looking. I can't wait. Now, I also noticed yesterday that I missed this bit of our. Move that camera down a touch. There we go. We missed this bit of the beard. So we'll have to go back in and sort that out before we finish it off. Hoping. Yes, good. Just going to continue on stippling in highlights, and we're actually double dealing here because we are glazing and stippling at the same time. At the same time, Justin? Are you mad? As a matter of fact, I am. But yeah, I had to get the other palette ready. I've got a big, what they call the studio palette from Redgrass Games. And got that out, and I made some copper weights for the corners because they are antibacterial and they keep the paper from curling up. I'm just going to pop the volume up on this so I can actually hear it when people talk. So if you're out there, I mean, by all means lurk, but I'd love to say hello, see what you're up to. So we're stippling glazes in this way so it can build texture on our material of our shirt. Now, given the size of a dwarf in general, we can actually go right in on this step and accentuate the weave of the material, because if you're doing a large model, i.e. a normal human-sized figure, and they were wearing a linen shirt, you wouldn't be able to see the stitching because of the size comparison. Whereas, because this guy is probably a little bit smaller than what size a gnome should be, everything's actually going to be a tiny bit different. And you're going to see more texture in the clothing because the weave is going to be a lot bigger than it would on a standard human. So, because we've got a lot of time up our sleeve until we enter this in, I think we might go right in on the realism aspect and really pick out that weave in spots. Because yes, you can do what I'm doing now, stippling, but it's still a flat surface, and it'll make that flat surface look more textured, yes. It's still going to look just as flat. Bit more water happening here. My big head's in the way there, isn't it? We're going to have to move that camera. That's all right. Move it up a bit, and then I can. Yeah, that'll work. haven't tested ours yet. Can everyone hear me out there? It's a quick little stream today, only going for 2 hours because I've got some stuff to get ready for the weekend. And some stuff that I need to get started before the weekend. Ah, start working a bit of the indigo up now, I think. Some tints in spots to bring our shadows back. And depending on the severity of said shadows, we can choose to go a bit darker if we want to. We're almost doing just a wash. Just want to build that gradient back in. 3 viewers. 2 on Beam. 1 on Twitch. How you going out there? Say hello. Don't be shy. We are continuing on painting Amanita Shaman by Creepy Tables. No mail for us today. All right, bit of a little bit of trivia for you all out there. Bit of a did you know? Now, there is a global children's TV phenomenon called Bluey. Oh, in that show, the father of the children, Bandit Healer, is voiced by um, Dave McCormick is the actor's name. Now, if you are an Australian and you are around my age with my musical tastes, you would have heard his voice before somewhere. Now, there is a band, or there was a band in Brisbane that were quite famous in the early 2000s called Custard. And they had songs like Apartment and a couple others. I can't actually remember because I've got Apartment in my ear at the moment. And it makes it hard to think about the music when you're listening to something else. But David McCormick, aka beloved children's actor, aka Bandit from Bluey, is the lead singer of Custard. And one of the things that I would have loved to have seen, just the little throwbacks and the adult humour that's in the show. And if you've seen the show, Bluey, you know what I mean. There's little adult nods to certain things. That's why it's so relatable on so many levels. But I would have loved if, while he was at university studying archaeology, there was there would have been awesome to have hang on, just got a check what it is. A friend of mine wishing me a good stream. But yes, when he was studying archaeology at university, it would have been awesome if Bandit had a band called Custard. And they appeared in the show. But unfortunately, that dream may never be realized now. But one can but hope. I like to think of it as a bit of headcanon anyway. Because that would be funny. And it would be a nod to his Australian rock roots, which would be hilarious. Ah, so we've had a few looky loos. Not many people sticking around. I need to drop that camera down. There we go. Hope I can build some sort of community doing all of this. Just deepened up a couple of sections with that blue. We're going to run in some tint now in there. It's just going to be working these layers up and down until we hit that spot that we're happy with it. We can also use this to build up texture. Yeah. Ah, starting the long haul of stippling now. Stipple, stipple, stipple. Every day I'm stippling. Dun, dun. Come on, get over here, little sticky pad things. I haven't stuck them down yet. Should probably do that. Anybody out there? Stipulicious. Getting there slowly. Gently laying down. Stippling. Building up to our brightest highlights, which is almost white. Slowly, slowly, creepy monkey. Oh, I must admit, this isn't as bad as the fur, but we're not even 10% into it yet, I don't think. Anybody out there? Oh, we got 2 on Twitch. Welcome aboard. Say hello. Don't be shy. Just trying to blend in. And stipple and build up to a bright highlight. I find something that generally helps with stippling. If you go over your highest areas, like the sides facing the light more, i.e., the color that you're trying to build up, you start on, in this instance, the ridges. As the paint starts to settle and dry, you then, pardon me, start to move back down, pardon me again, into the darker reaches. So as the paint dries, you get less paint coming onto the model. Because we are stippling, we are just gently building up that texture. The music seems to be repeating in my ear. And update on the weather. It is damn hot up here today. And it is damn humid as well. So, stuff's drying out hell west and crooked for us. So we're painting against the clock. Hope you're all doing well out there. Even if you all are quiet. This is a bit of a tedious spot on the model. But if we want to sell the realism that we're going for, it's quite important. Because we've done so well on the skin. If we then stuff up something else on the models, all for naught, really. So, broken it down into sections so I can dig in and really go hard on them. That way, hopefully, pull out my best work yet for the competition. Two on Twitch, two on Beam. Welcome aboard. Say hello. Oh, seems a bit dark today. Oh, really? Maybe the auto white balancing's off. I just saw your messages. Lighting is very dark. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Just give me 2 seconds. Probably an exposure setting. Focus. Where are we? Yeah, our exposure's a bit. See how we go with that. When the light is close, it's good, but the normal position today is too dark. Interesting. Well, let's see if that's. Is that looking a bit better? Oh, sorry, I was hitting the camera then. I'll put that down. Yeah. Continue on for a bit and you can let me know. Yeah, my exposure settings were a bit heavier than normal because I was when I was doing the golden maple video, I was getting a lot of blowout from the white on my desk, which is leading me to think that next time I build this desk, I'm going to make the tabletop black instead of white. Or just get a really big mat for the top. Might be a better idea, actually. melamine does have its limitations when it comes to a miniature painting desk. You can see the arm now. Oh, that's good. So we're just stippling up, building up our highlights, making it a little bit rough so we can build up that texture. It is so humid. My wet palette is just sucking up water at the moment. I'm going to have to rehydrate it. I'll do that now before it's too late. Um, Actually, this is probably a good tip. I use just cut some copper sheeting into little corner weights. This is my first prototype. It's not pretty, but as you can see, they just sit in the corners of each section here. The paper on this wet palette sits up against the sides, so it creates a little barrier, which is good. But found it sucks up water. When I do the dragons on our other wet palettes, on the red grass one, I've done something similar. Just going to push that water down. It's absorbed all that already. I'm going to have to put some more in. Wow. It's really getting sucked up. So this is just a little Tattooist's bottle nozzle on the end with distilled water. Has to be distilled water. Super, super important. If you put normal tap water into your wet palette, you will start to get the funk happening. By the funk, I mean smell. It will begin to stink really bad. Okay, so we should be right to continue on now that we've rehydrated everything. Get that water bottle in the way. Hopefully, that will give us a bit more time with these paints. Otherwise, I'm going to have to swap it all out and do it all again. So, yeah, secret for wet palettes to not get funky is distilled water, copper. So, depending on where you are in the world, you can use copper coins, you can use bits of copper. There's a company in the States that does these cool copper um, corner inserts. But last time I checked, they were out of stock at their main website. I'm not sure about if there's anywhere else that stocks them or anything. But ionized. I distilled, demineralized, ionized, as long as it's had all the nasties taken out of it. The important part is the bacteria. But throw down a bit of copper or brass in your mix, or in your in your mix, in your palette. Um, Now, have I done it with? Yes, I have done it with this one. I get the display plinth um, brass rods, which is looking over this camera, which is I think this is a 4 mil. Yep, that's a 4 mil. But while I was there, I grabbed some of these little guys. One or none. Yeah, get out of the way. But they also do 0.5. 0.5. Brass rod. Oh, these are only ones. So these are 1 mils. One of these will do a few wet pallets. So I just cut a section off and glue the end sections into the sides of the wet pallet. And the reason behind that is copper and brass have antibacterial properties. So when they're sitting in water, um, it makes the water potable for longer, i.e., not contaminated. Um, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, the copper. Copper brass works great, and you can also throw a couple of drops of the antiseptic stuff. What's it called? Hydrogen peroxide. I've got a 6% volume one here. Um, just a couple of drops of that before you lay your sponge down, and it also wards off bacteria. That way, your wet palette will last a lot longer than it would normally. It'll still happen because paint has garbage in it. Dust falls on the palette while it's awake and everything, while it's open and everything. No, it doesn't. Funnily enough, it does not interfere with the paints. I can see you're talking. Brass rods. No bad bugs. Gone dark again. My headset is pulling the lights. Right. And now it's making noise. This is ridiculous. um, I'll see if I can sit back. How's that? Yeah. So brass rods, rods, copper coins. But if you put it under the palette paper, it won't affect the paints because the paper filters it from doing too much with them. And acrylic based paints, as well as oil based paints, really, aren't affected by peroxide because peroxide goes after bacteria. So this morning, I made up another set of those and prepped my super big Redgrass Games Studio XL wet palette for the dragons that I will be painting up. I won't be painting up all of them on stream because the client will want them back sometime in the next 10 years. Smashy out there has just recently moved, and all of her paints and everything are still packed. She does not know where she is going to be able to set up yet. So they're still unpacking and organizing. Still haven't figured out how I'm going to do my paints. Exactly. So if anybody has any smaller space options for painting areas and storage, I need baby safe small space options. That's why I was thinking like a sewing hutch or something. That way you can close it all off, and it could be like you can fold it down so it's a desk, um, and then fold it up and it hides away as a cupboard kind of thing. And then you can open it out like that and have all your paints and bits and pieces set up. I've seen a few setups like that that appear to work very, very well. I thought that might work for you, Smashy. So 3 viewers, 1 on Beam, 2 on Twitch. Less sigh. Tell lots of people you're going to stream, and nobody turns up. Half listening, then got distracted. That's all right. But yeah, I'll see if I can find some examples, and I'll send them through to you. Smashy is pregnant with child. Why did I say with child when I said pregnant? What is it? Hippopotamus? No. Of course it's a child, you idiot. So yeah, she's just had to move, the poor thing. It's alright, I got baby brain too. Except mine's permanent. There's no baby at the end of it. Half hippo, half baby. Haby? Babbo? Bippo. Baby's name is Bippo. Shout out in stream if you want the baby boy to be called Bippo. Kind of like Blippy, but more hippo-y. Whoa, 27 weeks. Not long now. Well, still is a little while, but it won't seem like it. Oh, but then again, you are pregnant, so it probably will for you. Oh, oh, so there's a girl and a boy. Oh, wow. Fun times, no sleep to be had by anyone ever again. No sleep ever again. No. I'm sure I've heard this today already. sure the music in my head is repeating. I think I might need to stick these cushiony things to the table. I have heard this today. What's the final color palette for the goblin? The gnome? Noblin? Gnome goblin? Um, well, we're going to be building up this blue to be a little bit paler in spots. But we are just building up the texture. Now I'm going with planning to go with a buckskin, sort of a tan brown for this vest section through here. I need to finish this section of the beard. And I am wanting to do the hat red, but not a stupidly bright red to take away from the mushroom. So I'm thinking of doing more of a dark brown red leather look for it. Just so we can have some difference in there instead of just having too much red. Yes, like a russet almost. Yeah, like a russet. Yes, something along those lines. Sort of a burnt red or burnt sienna color, sort of along those lines. But our most important aspect is going to be differing textures throughout the model. They sound like they're having a great time outside. Funnily enough, we have a extended family of minor birds. I don't know if they're the invasive ones or not because I keep forgetting the difference between the two. But there is three babies, um, one of which we have had to save on multiple occasions because he thinks the road is home, and our neighborhood is full of nightly cats. So we've had to make sure we find him of an afternoon and hide him somewhere where the cats won't get him. Haven't seen him in a couple of days, but then again, I haven't really been outside that much. Um, but yeah, there's the three babies, and there's something ridiculous like 8 parental units kicking around, and that constant yip 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 in here is at least 2 of them because the one who thinks the road is home also wanders around down the side yard and the backyard of our house. But Yeah, you'll hear sort of the generalized yipping now, but then you'll hear the yipping. I don't know. How do you tell the difference? Mr. Chicken, Mr. That name just threw me. Hello, Pete. Wait, what? Pete? My mate Pete? Indian ones are brown. Oh, well, I think they're Indian ones, so they're the invasive ones. Oh, hello. Mr. Chicken Rocket. Where the... I'm not even going to ask where that name's from. Quack, quack, chivvy, chivvy, my always. Yep, that's you. So, yes, this is my friend Peter, who I have known, well, we have known each other since we were 15, I think it was. Oh, right. And they made the name up for you? Yeah, year 10. Long time ago, buddy. So, Smashy, well, Ash, Peter Ash. Ash is a friend of mine who I originally met through another friend from another friend that we went to PAX with. Yeah. uh, Friendception. Lots, yes. The phrase "I know a guy" extends to just about everyone on the planet for me. Colors on this one. Thank you. This one is hopefully going to be my entrant to the Crimson Brush, which is a competition based out of Canberra. Is it constantly kicking back and forwards? Damn it. Okay. Right, I'll sort that out now. Get the paint out of the ferrule. Also, bad news if they are brown Indian miners. They're a pest, and you're meant to remove them. You try telling an 8-year-old that. Yeah, let's see if I can turn off autofocus from here. Function, autofocus, manual focus. And then I just need to yeah, that'll work. All right, we'll go with that for a bit. Okay. Ooh, 4 on Twitch, 1 on Beam. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. How's that, guys? Is that nice and sharp? In focus? Cool. Seems to be awesome sauce. Ah. See by the size of the micro strokes that I'm doing here that this is going to take a while. Thoughts, maybe have some text on the side describing your current step in the process. I bounce around a lot. While I could probably set up some cues in OBS to drop in some words on screen to say what I'm doing, like stippling or could be like a speed run. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm too erratic for that, to be perfectly honest. Um, like yesterday, we did some colorization around the edges of the mushroom, and we started on the shirt. Uh, then we stopped for a bit, and we had a look at the commission that I just got through. Had a look at some of the characters in that, and then we went back to the yeah. I don't know. I'm very torn between um, having too much stuff happening on the screen that distracts from the painting. I did have originally like a surround, a scrolling background, my sponsors up in the corner, and I think it was just too much. Um, I've had people comment on the chill side of my approach, and I think that might be my thing. I mean, I'm not going to go ridiculous and viral and stuff and anything, but I'm not like other miniature painters in a lot of regards. So I do things a bit differently, and there's only a couple other painters out there, to my knowledge, that are doing similar stuff. Raid, 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 raid. What? Did we just get a raid drop in? No way. Get your pick forge. Welcome aboard. Where is everybody from? I don't have I should have it actually. I'll do it over here. Which bear with me. Uh, I run everything through Beam, and Beam has this multicast platform. Quantum Reveries. Oh, 16 viewers. Holy hell. Wow. Big raid. Big raid for me. Welcome aboard. I'm just where are we? There we go. I'll pop it in. While that's doing that, we'll go back to Beam just to see what's happening. Welcome aboard, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. My name's Justin. Come in peace. Peace. Oh, Michael Paints Minis. Hey. Dr. Faust's painting. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize he was on. Anyway, I'm Justin. This is Critical Paint Studios. I'm an Australian based miniature painter. I have won some awards here and there. This particular piece we're working on is the Amanita Shaman from Creepy Tables. And doing things a little bit differently than what I normally would do on this model. Trying out lots of new techniques. And B, seeing if I can do the best job I possibly can to enter this into. Let's see, I've been meaning to catch your stream for ages. Oh, well, thank you very much, Michael. Hopefully this entry is going to be worthy of the competition at the Crimson Brush January in 2077. Who am I kidding? Robots would have taken over and had their own mini painting competition by then. But yeah, welcome aboard. No, 2026 is too close for this one, and I don't have the money saved to be able to get down there. So if I ride out till next year, that way I can concentrate closely on this year's, well, this coming year's event, and really sort of get ready and primed for the competition. They won't enjoy mini painting, and our AI-driven overlords shall force people to paint for their enjoyment. I've actually got just the model for when they do. Oh, I'm going to save that now. I've got this model from Science Models, I think it's called, and it is it's one of the ones I picked up at my first run at QMHE. It's a decaying robot, sort of all rusty and disrepair, and sort of vines and stuff hanging off him everywhere, and he's sitting or kneeling, I should say, on a mound, and he's got butterflies landing on his hands and things. Very, very cool model, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So it's still in its box. It's, I should do a stream on that one day and just go through what I've currently got waiting in the wings. I was talking to someone the other day about imposter syndrome when it comes to miniature painting, and it's not just sort of newer painters that get it. It's everybody. It's everyone from the world's best to the person starting, and it's something that like I've got miniatures up there that I am terrified to paint. Oh, headset is still in the light again. Okay, I'll stick my mug out of the way. Yes. At this stage, we are stippling. Stippling until we cannot stipple anymore. Then we are going to stipple some more because mini painters are secretly sadists. And we do this entirely to ourselves. We beat ourselves up over the smallest error. Even though nobody else can see it, we painted it and we know it's there. We can't share bits yet. No, I don't have affiliate as yet, so I don't have any of that fancy stuff, but I am working on it. And believe it or not, you guys being in chat and talking is my next step to have this, or to get affiliate. So I need people talking over a few different days, and that will unlock affiliate, which will unlock all that really cool stuff. Now, I will incorporate some of it, like the bits and pieces. How many hours and days do I have left? What, for affiliate or this model? Because if it's for this model, for affiliate. Oh, well, it's at least three people chatting over 4 days, or four people chatting over 3 days. I forget which one exactly, but I've got 1 day down, and the last few streams, apart from that, have been very quiet. Make sure I'm watching. Watching you and chatting it up. I read that as watching it and chatting you up, and I'm like, well, Michael, I hardly know you. How long have you been streaming? How do you not have more followers? I've only been streaming now for, I think this is day 9 that I've been streaming. Maybe. Day 10. Hey, come on, guy. Michael, you're my kind of people. I like you already. It's yes, I've been streaming now for 9 days. And unfortunately, affecting my... You're just a baby. Yes, I am. I've been painting for about 8 years, but I recently did quite well at the Queensland Model and Hobby Expo. In 3 categories, I walked away with gold, silver, and bronze. And the people that I lost against are painters that I idolize. And after speaking with both of them extensively, one of them mentioned, why wasn't I streaming? And I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Peter also has constantly been asking me, when are you going to stream? When are you going to stream? When are you going to stream? So I got to a point where I think I'm able to, so I started. Sorry, I've met you some stream before. Lecter's Kitchen, most likely, and Skitsmix. Skitsmix and I are in the Brisbane Display Painters Guild. So, yes, that's probably where you've seen me. And Skits would have been saying for everyone and their dog and their cat as well to jump on and follow me. There we go. But yeah, I decided that was my next logical step, was to start streaming and get my name and brand and all the rest out there. So here I am. We're also waiting for you to Winds of winter. That took me a little while. Never gonna happen. Yeah. Wait, is that a comment on my beard, you dirty, dirty so and so? Peter and I are friends. It's all right. Don't dox him. It's the same starting streaming story as mine. Hanging around in other people's streams, posting pics. People kept asking, "Why don't you have a stream?" Yes, it's gotten to the point now in miniature painting where you can't just rely on skill alone. Social presence is more and more a thing. Justin's an expert talker. This is true. I think it was mostly to get me out of the stream. Uh, Mr. Chicken Rocket is completely and utterly right. I generally tend to ramble, and I can put my brain into neutral, and my mouth just keeps going. Gets me in trouble all the time. Because usually, when I'm not thinking about it, my brain says what it's really thinking. That's not a good thing. So, while I'm doing this, I'm actively uh, censoring myself because being friendly to younger people and younger generations and children, etc., and making safe content is a thing as well. Uh, Too late, reported him to the NSA before he said that. Pete, you're screwed, dude. Careful filter. But yeah, it seems like miniature painting is now relying more and more. I suppose everything is really on social media to get famous. Well, to get more recognized, I should say. Head blocking the camera light again. Sorry. Get my ugly mug out of the camera. I did have it above, but it lost a lot of the detail of what I was doing. Stop being a shrimp. Uh, Funnily enough, Gits, the person we were talking about before, has her bits, the bits and stuff enabled on her channel, and one of her cash-ins for the bits is posture check. So I think I might steal that off them and incorporate it because yeah, I tend to go a little bit prawn, as it was said in District 9. The little prawns, they go pop, pop, pop. And in the way again, sorry. Ah, I have to ask those that jumped in from Dr. Faust's stream. Were there a few AFKs? Because it seems while we did get 14 people through, which I'm 100% grateful for, of course, but Only two of you have been talking. Or is lurking a big thing on Twitch? I really don't know the ecosystem enough yet. Damn humidity. Oh. Where are we? How are we going there? Just refocus that so you guys can see. There we go. Now we're going to push a few of these ridges to a brighter, almost a white, and then we'll do the points on sections to white. A lot of us lurking for stream. Several of us fill the chat over here. Oh, okay. I'm assembling 40k stuff. So half lurk, half type. That's cool. Now, what I might do is push in a bit more tint on this side because while it's pale, it's not. It doesn't have the depth that we're after. So I'm just going to push a bit of the raw color into there. Half being mauled by my feral cat. My cat is kicking around here somewhere. Saw him earlier. If he gets close to me and I can grab him, he will make a reluctant appearance on screen. Because cats get you points, I've been told. So we've just made a tint of the Falto blue. Generally lurk unless I've got something to contribute. Got a snarky zinger. Can't stop myself. It's a great cat. I think all cats are like that. It's just what happens. But quantum reveries. Let fly with zingers, just as long as they're relatively relatively PG. You can go as hard as you like. I am all for comedy in every single one of its forms. This is exactly what he does. Nothing if not predictable. It's good. Hush you. This is what I want it to be. I want this kind of repartee, community type thing. Just going to push a little bit of indigo into a couple of our recesses here. Then I'll go back into some of those spots deeper again with some of our purples. Because the goal here will be go way back. Collections do. He has to bargain with his wife to get more. I have to bargain with my wife. Yeah, I know what that's like on both sides. But if we drop that in there, whoops, stay. So you can see how we've got, I'll just hold you there, got a little bit of that light coming through underneath there. So our light is coming from, essentially, move him out of the way here, this direction. So there's going to be a little bit of light catching on this underside of the elbow. But because that's there and it is fabric, we're going to get a lot of secondary reflections underneath. That's why I've gone a little bit higher up into the underarm that you can see from the front there, with that lighter color, because the shadow isn't strong enough to push across. I'm the wife that bargains for more minis. Ashy's the crew, more so the creative one in their relationship, and two bubbers on the way generally tends to put a dampener on hobby expenses. Yeah. So we're going to push in a little bit lighter just in the bottom sections of these ridges, just so we can work up that color now. Only a little bit. Yes, it's very exciting times in the Smashy household. It's way too many babies. You should take one back for a refund. I think both those little ones are going to get spoiled. Takes a village. Yes, that's true. They're all over the place. Don't pop out paintbrush in their hands. Yep, we are just continually stippling today. Gently building up those textures and layers. Oh, thank you. It's interesting you say that, because the way I go about doing stuff like that is a little bit different than most. I pull from a few different inspirations in that department. I really, really like the concept of underpainting, like the Craftworld Studio stuff. Um, my my only, not concern, um, it's not really an issue. Observation. That's the word I'm looking for. Is I think they generally tend to lean too far into purple tones. Now, that's a color preference thing, and um, given the work they do, is phenomenal. But while I like purple tones, I've got some right there. Um, to my eye, it generally tends to pull away from the model and the story that the model is trying to tell, because I'm trying to figure out what that purple means. And it does look very cool. It's just that I it takes away for me. Auto stippling brush. They have invented an auto stippling brush. It's called a tattoo gun. And I've been seriously considering about testing it out. And there we go. Yes, Michael's made a very good point. Purple is one of the first colors people know how to use in shadow. After a while, though, the use of the complementary for the shadow tones takes over. Exactly. And as a side note to that, my undertonal color for shadows is always not really a purple, but it generally tends to push more towards greens and blues, because I try and pull a bit of natural lighting through, and purple being one of those colors that technically doesn't exist. Um, and it confuses, well, it's a confusion in the signal from the eyes to the brain that causes us to be able to see that color. Yeah, Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey is one of my favorite colors. um, Another one is like a deep teal, deep turquoise, things like that. Indigos, which do have an element of purple to them, but not as much as violets and things do, which are generally the more go-to colors that people use. Popular shadow color. It is, and it's getting more and more widely used, I'm finding as well, which is good. But as an example, for this guy, well, if we have a look at him from front on, you can see the breaks in everything that I've done. I've gone with a green upper light here. We originally went in with a blue, like a really deep indigo for the underside of things. Um, Over this side, we went with oh, purple, going up into like a mahogany, maroon, crimson, into that rusted look of the orange there, which looks very rusty in this particular shot on camera, which is strange. I've never noticed that before. Mahogany? Mahogany? What? Is that how you pronounce that? Don't say that. I've said mahogany all my life. You just come up in the chat throwing pronunciate. Oh, I can't even talk today. Pronunciation around. Mahogany. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. You know my standings on Dragon Ball Z. I could never get into a show that took 45, like 40 episodes for someone to warm up to land a punch. It's like this week on Dragon Ball Z, 20 minutes, Goku going, no, didn't do it for me. Just your sense of humor. Oh, okay. Well, You would know. You helped make my sense of humor. Making computer games with questionable content. Head camera. Sorry. Episode arc of Goku just standing there. See, there we go. Quantum knows what I'm on about. I need to make it an alert, I think. It's that one. Helmet. That'll work. I need to make it an alert. When I land affiliate and I can get it all sorted, we'll do that. The first alert. Oh, I just thought of something. Peter, you're probably thinking the same thing as well. A gif of the kid from The Fifth Element. Aziz, light! A little bit more darker up the top. What? Wait a minute. What? I need another light. What's wrong with my light? Don't make me break out the big guns. Shadows are too dark on the back of your model. Oh, okay. Hang on. I apologize in advance. Makes my little camera flickery, but how's that for light? So that means I might have to get another red grass light and put it further back on my desk. That's going to be an expensive adventure because the red grass lights have different bulb levels. Yeah, I didn't think that flicker would be good. We drop it out a bit now. I've seen a lot of light-induced migraine. I got rid of it. I got rid of it. It's gone. It will never come back. I'm actually gonna have anything hanging off this light. No, I don't. I might get rid of it completely because I don't use it anymore. I built a light, 3D printed the surrounds and the frame, and wired up all the electronics myself. The problem was, I wasn't planning on streaming or doing anything like that when I built it, which was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. And the biggest problem now with it is, yeah, as soon as I go to film anything with it on, because it's visible from the moon. Um, but the problem is it's got that flicker, which is interesting because when I set my cameras to um, PAL 50, I think it is, it goes away. But because a lot of stuff requires PAL 60, it causes all sorts of issues. Like the color grading software I'm using in OBS really, really likes PAL 60 instead of 50, which is a pain. Hence why the big light doesn't get out that much. Still needs to be a bit darker. What time is it actually? It's 1:30. Wow. I had initially planned to only go till 2 because I wasn't expecting on having some really cool people in the audience. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Come back, please. So I was only really planning to sort of go till 2 and then do some priming of this commission. Thank you, Mike Tyson. You guys are cool. You're talking. I love it when people talk. There we go. Yes. That's pulled it in enough. What do you reckon? Okay, I'm just going to take a quick shot of this. Oh, the most boring Twitch stream is watching me stare at the screen while coding. I can see how that would be. That would be boring. Yes, that would be very boring. It depends on what you're coding because when you get in the zone, Pete, it's very, very awesome and it's amazing to watch because you can almost see uh, your brain working when you're coding. That was one of the cool memories of my teenage years spent with you. Is when you would get an idea and you would run with it and you would just vibe out completely. It was awesome. I don't do it anymore. What did you stream coding? That would have been. Wish I'd have known that. Okay, so we have a bit of a nice semblance there. Got a few hundred viewers. Oh wow, nice, very cool. Now I keep knocking my damn camera with this thing, so I'm just going to flip these up. Might catch a little bit of refraction. You'll have to forgive me. My hands are not working properly today. Well, they're working quite fine independent of each other, but not together. So, yeah, that's better. That blue's exactly where we want it to be on that inside arm now. He's a pretty, pretty princess. Like his umbrella. It does. It does. I'm going to add a bit more yellow into the stalk in spots once we get it all together. Swap over and do the pipe. Pipe is still was still mounted. This is pipe that we did on stream last week. I know, right? That's why I grabbed him. I had to. Pete's just said he's yeah, giving very much Senshi vibes from Dungeon Meshi. Dude's a grub. He is a grub. He's a gnome. He's been wandering through the forest picking mushrooms. Big mushrooms at that. And he's a lot smaller. Yes, yes. Delicious in Dungeon is awesome. It is one of Paxton's favorite shows. So much so that he asks me every couple of days when the new season is coming out. They're taking their. I don't suppose they have to. If you want to get caught by a fox, what do? You have a bath. Use the mimics from that for D&D one shot. Oh, that would have been cool. I've wanted to play D&D. I've the last time I played anything D&D related, Peter, was when you, me, Adam, and Daniel got together on your back deck at I forget the name of the street. Was it Poggle Street? I forget the name of the street where you used to live. But at the old house when we played D&D there. That's the only time I've ever played, and I loved it. I've wanted to play it again. I've just never had the chance. And limitations of physicality and so forth have also limited that. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorites animes. It's really well done. Yeah, I've wanted to play D&D. Anxiety grabs a hold of me. I don't know what a JKK is. That's what it is. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. I butcher English. No point putting that burden on other languages. Just going in now with little tints here and there. Starts like Supernatural School Shonen, but it's a trick. You're speaking different languages to me. However, I don't mind. What is it? Kaiju number Kaiju number 8. It's pretty cool. Shonen cartoon soap opera. Oh, okay, okay, interesting. I have too many shows that I watch. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't even know how I came about watching it or finding it. Circle characters from Attack on Titan, though. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like I watched. I think the first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan. I wanted to continue, but yeah, just heart wasn't in it. But I like the underdog aspect of Kaiju number 8. It's very self-reflective. By the way, if you check out Delicious in Dungeon, like all the rest of Netflix, it is. It is. It's pretty well translated. Attack on Titan, Bavarian meat Bavarian meat Gundams. I love it. Oh, that's brilliant and so fitting. Ah, Bavarian meat Gundams. Oh god, what are we going to do? What are we going to? I don't know, Sven. We could pilot the meat Gundams. Do I have to do that in Pinky and the Brain? What are we going to do today, Hans? I don't know, Sven. We could pilot meat Gundams. It's meant to be German, but yeah. Don't know if I could pull off Pinky in a German accent. That might be crossing some international treaty somewhere. Jawohl, Brian. Um, I think Brian's already got a German accent. No, no, he's very what is meant to be. Please stop. Never been sure. No, Brain was based off. Well, the voice component for Brain was based off Orson Welles. Meat Gundam with a side of web slinging sashimi chefs. What the hell is that? Is that a thing? That sounds awesome. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but wrong. A little bit of get. Ah, yes, yep. Can I post a GIF in chat? Can I post the Captain America? I understand that reference. I don't watch a lot of anime, manga, whatever the differentiation between the two. Manga's the book, isn't it? Anime's the animated show. There are some out there that I don't mind. Like Delicious in Dungeon, absolutely. I'm actually surprised my son hasn't poked his head around the door. So, Delicious in Dungeon. Oh, just gently building up those whites, all the light blue tones. I think we might kick it up a notch and go into our browns on the vest. What do you reckon? It has come up shiny. And it would have been like credits, sort of best dad ever, credits roll. No angst, no for my profile pic a lot. I was fortunate enough, a bit of a star moment. Um, Apart from knowing Peter, who's quite good at what he does, I know a few other people, and I'm pretty sure Pete might know this guy too. Gil McLean from I don't even remember where he was from, what company it was. Oh, bye Smashing. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for having a chat. Still going to be in the background, but thank you anyway. But yes, Gil McLean was part of a game company um, making a game called Odd Gods. And I spoke to him at one of the PAXs, one of the early PAXs, because this game, Odd Gods, was isometric role playing game, much like the layout of Rogue Trader and games of that ilk. Now, the really cool thing was this game was a person wakes up and they're in this dimensional rift thing, and in this dimensional rift, your character comes across other people that have been sucked into this rift. Yes, I did. I loved that game. I and it's continued on. That time for me. It's been great hanging out. Hope to catch you again. I will be on. Check my schedule on Twitch, and yeah, I will. I will see you next time, Quandom. Thank you for stopping by. But, yeah, so I really did like the Crusader No Remorse games. They were cool. I loved that style of gameplay because sometimes first-person shooters made me sick. I later found out what that was. Um, but this game, by Odd, well, this game, Odd Gods, I should say, you played a character who woke up, got sucked into this interdimensional rift, and inside this rift, you met people from various times who got sucked into the rift just like you did. But they were from all different eras. So there was like a Minuteman from French Revolutionary era. There was like the Road Warrior style post-apocalyptic player. There was all the NPC. Um, but they were each character type was mixed with a different musical genre. And after speaking with Gil and a couple of the guys from the game, or from the company that's making the game, um, he said, "Can I use your likeness in the game?" Me being the fanboy that I was, said yes. The game, unfortunately, has stalled and isn't really doing much of anything. But some artwork was done of me dressed in my usual getup, a la um, at that particular point in time, Hawaiian shirt, 3/4 length shorts. Yes, very cool. Um, 3/4 length shorts, wallet chain, my cabbie hat, um, and started out sort of looking like I'd just been sucked out of a Summer of Scar party, um, but then evolved as like a Highlander, like a not a Highlander, a Minuteman. The beard wasn't as white then, but yeah, the artwork for my character was done and sorted and bits and pieces, and he sent me a copy of it. And if you've seen or spoken with me on other platforms and bits and pieces, you would have noticed the hand drawn profile picture. And that profile picture is from that artwork, which is really cool. But there was like, yeah, there was all different music subcultures in the game: punk, rock, thrash. It was very 80s, 90s, early 2000s based, which was cool. And it would have been a really interesting game. It had a really great premise. I hope something comes of it someday because I, for one, would love to play it. Speaking of games I would love to play, and Rogue Trader, which I haven't been playing recently. I've been busy organising all this stuff. And shook the hand of George Martin, helped his assistant learn how to convert minis. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. And oh, that's sweet. Shook Dr. Harry's hand once. I got a photo of Dr. Harry somewhere. Um, met a couple of famous people in my travels too. So just finding myself in interesting situations. This is very much an Australian one. It's nearly electrocuting Elijah Wood's count. What? When did that happen? You need to tell us about that. Virtual roller coaster at Sundance up in the snow, and we electrified some snow melt. Oh wow! Yo yo ma. Oh, that would have been cool. Mary Stuart Masterson. Billy Gibbons ma. I think that's it. Oh wow. Well, let's see. I have quite literally like run into uh, Billy Zane. Didn't realize it was him at the time. Had no idea who Billy Zane was at the time. Oh, we have a pretty wide musical taste here, Michael. Um, he was yeah, Billy Zane was up in Cairns filming the first sniper movie with Tom Berenger, and I was helping my mother out with deliveries for my uncle's fruit and vegetable business, and we were running behind with the delivery, and I had a tray of mangoes, and yeah, I got the tray of mangoes out of the van, spun around, and smacked straight into this dude who was wearing like he looked like a drug lord from Colombia. He was wearing, you know, that the white linen. That's because you look like Dave Grohl, Pete. I've told you this time and time again. You do. You look like Dave Grohl without the beard, or if you've grown a beard now, please grow a beard. It's actually a real problem when I'm in LA. I get stopped a lot. I'll be like, "Yeah, Venmo me $50." It's that it's that meme about James Hetfield getting into your DMs. James Hetfield from Metallica. I need $5,000. How do I know it's you? Give me few, give me five, give me da 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 da. Okay, what's your account details? Who else have I met? Share a name of an actor. I've had ladies in my DM saying some wild things. Hello. Are you Australian, Michael? Perchance? No. It's another relatively famous person. Was Robert D. Costella. That was way back when Peter and I were working at the Powerhouse Museum in Sydney. Robert D. Costella came in for lunch one day. Candy bars cost $1. I don't know when the last time a girl hit on me was. I don't pick up social cues that well. If you know, you know. Actually, probably the last time a girl hit on me, I ended up marrying her. I shall not dub you in. Let's see, who else did I meet? Met Tom Cruise while he was filming Mission Impossible in Sydney. That was an interesting one. I was riding my bike, and they blocked off like a bus, not a bus terminal, a train station. I'd normally get off my bike, go over the overhead bridge, put my bike down, continue on my journey. They blocked it all off. Yeah, I'd probably be the same actually. Um, and yeah, saw all the signs and bits and pieces all and fences and gates and stuff. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to be late for work. And I heard this. It's all right. I'll help you. I'll help you through. turn around and look down, and there's Tom Cruise holding my bike. And he guided me through the set, got me over the bridge, and sent me on my way. What was that? Working as a caterer on this movie called The Matrix back in '99. Yes, you dirty bastard. That was before I moved to Sydney. Um, Another person I've quite literally run into was um, oh god, I've forgotten his name. The guy who played Darth Maul in the first Star Wars movie. We had the premiere party at Planet Hollywood. I was a waiter there. Um, we had normal service and then had to close, get everything ready, and get ready for the premiere and set up all the bits and pieces. And so we were clearing the restaurant like crazy people because, well, restaurants very rarely go the right way at the best of times, especially when you're in a hurry. So I've got my hands absolutely piled down with Planet Hollywood plates, which are like 4 kilos something each. I've probably got like 8 or 9 of these things. And I'm heading towards the kitchen, going in the indoor, because we had 2 doors, one for in, one for out, which is a relatively important detail of the story. Um, and who comes out? Now, no one had seen anything to do with what or who Darth Maul was. He was one of the biggest secrets about the first film. And this dude busts out the indoor with like red glowing eyes, tattoos all over his head, horns in black, and this toy double bladed lightsaber. As I was heading in, I've like just splattered on the ground with all these plates, still held them, and comes up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you all right?" I said, "What the crap are you?" And I still forget his name. I can't remember his name. What's his name, Peter? You would know this. Darth Maul from Episode 1. He said, "Oh, I'm so and so. I played Darth Maul in the new Star Wars movie." I'm like, "You came out the indoor." Gosh. You need to stop running into people. Yeah, yeah. Ray Park, that's him. Yes. He's a really nice guy. We got to talking later on, and I whipped his time at what is it? Star Wars Pod Racer. Super huge Star Wars nerd too. Aren't we all? Oh no, 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 no. We've got a bit of overwash. Come on. Come on. There we go. Save stances. Damn, dude, too much even for me. So we saw Space Wizards. Exactly. So that's our base color for our vest. And then we're going to work up some tans. Like probably papyrus, I would think would be our one of our main colors in here. Papyrus and white. Keep a bit of that smoke going as well so we can get some real nice buckskin looking effects. That's more stippling again. I hate myself. Stipple, 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 stipple. So where are we at? 12, 12. 9 viewers. Ah, that's my. Oh, okay, he's going to go on a ramble. That's all right. I'll get back to that in a minute. Um, all right, we'll go in. Start to go in with our papyrus now. Ooh. Mix in a bit of the smoke with this. Commissions for depends on what you want. Um, Normally, I run my costings pretty close to margin. Um, Say, for instance, you want this guy printed, so he's a solid print. He'd probably be about it's about 50 or 60 bucks if I were to print this guy, just in resources. I do. I make a little bit of a profit. I'm at the teetering point in my um, notoriety as a miniature painter where I'm getting known, but I'm not getting known enough to be able to charge what I want yet. Um, so I've got to be very careful with that side of things. So charge too much, people don't want anything to do with you. Um, the anime stuff is easier because it's that cell shading, so it's a lot of open spaces, and it's a lot of open flat or flat-ish coloring, which still has elements of shading, but nowhere near as much the texture side of something like this is concerned. Ah, but if you've got a pic or something, send me a pic. Or if you know the file, or even if you've got the file, I can do up an exact quote for you. Just send me a message, and I can look into it for you if you like. Um, Also, let me know of a time frame that you are looking at it for as well, because I currently have sitting about 4 feet away from me 60 dragons ranging from 1.5 inches right up to 5 inches tall that I'm doing a commission for. Christmas doable. What are we at? We're at September, starting to come into October. Yeah, I should be able to pull that out. That's easy enough. Yeah, it's just sort of a matter of complexity for the job more than anything else. But even then, I am a relatively fast painter, so I've been told on numerous occasions. So we can put that to the test. I mean, this other commission's not sort of not a matter of doing it right now because it's such a big job. It is going to take time, but I could take a break during that to do one up for you. No problem at all. Yeah, just send me a picture or the file or whatever, or I can find the file. I'm not designing yet. I'm getting there. I'm still learning. I'm able to make a skull so far, and I'm working on the bones and the jaw and stuff at the moment. Learning how to do 3D stuff. So, yeah, let me know. I'll shoot you a message after I finish up here today. So we're just hooking back through, hitting, starting to hit those highlights now. So we can build up that brown. May not be able to notice it as yet, but it's starting to come in slowly. And we'll add in some, start to add in some white. Now, the interesting thing, because this is going to be buckskin, is we're not going for shiny leather like you would normally get with sort of the detailed. Let me get an example here. Where did I put it? Lurking. Alrighty. So, for instance, this is from the Scale 75 booklets. Um, it gives you sort of the steps to go through, but the leather looks very beat up and weathered and worn, and you've got those sort of bits going through to the untanned parts of the skin. Whoops. We're not going for that. We're going to be going more for a buckskin look, which is going up to a certain extent with our lighter tones, but also having black. The more worn areas will be black as opposed to that lighter tone, uh, which will give the rest of the piece a good contrasting effect. But we just start to get there by stippling in. Okay, you can start to see it now, slowly building up. Getting a bit of white. I think we might push through and wrap up at 3. Seems like a fairly good run. Just so we can get a little bit more of that texture worked up so you can see what's going on with it. Just made a deeper khaki brown there. And now we go into those highlights. Just a little bit smaller than we did last time. Now, the good thing about the Chimera Velvet inks, which is what I've been using on this model, is they have a natural satin finish to them at times. You can make them really matte, and it looks really cool. But if you throw in a bit of like a thinner or retarder, which is what I've been doing, it gives a slight satin finish. And in situations like this, where we're trying to pick out the points where the light's going to hit on our model, we just follow the shine on the model itself. And you just go over it, build it up ever so slightly each pass. Age-old adage with miniature painting: keep painting until it doesn't look like crap anymore. There is a method. No. It's just working through our layers slowly and surely, making sure each one sits correctly, light pushes the right way. Now, zenithaling zenithal priming your minis and models will certainly help this to an extent. But once you start to get into it, you don't want to lose those light sourcings. So you can do this by a number of ways. You can do this by having really thin coats, so you can see the layer underneath, or you can sort of do what I've done and build them up over time and follow them with the natural light. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm so happy that we got raided. More people stopped by. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much to Dr. Faust for dropping you all in my proverbial lap, so to speak. Even bigger thank you to those that hung around and are having a chat with me. It does mean a bit, quite a bit. Last few days, I've been sitting here talking to myself for most of it. Some people will jump into the chat and say a quick g'day and then disappear again. For these layers that we're pulling continually lighter on, leaving a bit of gap in the pattern of our stipple, just so we can get that bleed through happening. That will help build our tone also starting to build up actual texture on the model. Hoping to unlock a few different things when we hit affiliate, like people to be able to interact more than just chatting. If any of you have any suggestions or things that you would like to see implemented, drop it in the chat, and I'll try to figure out how to do that. Because as far as it stands at the moment, I've got no idea what I'm doing as far as Twitch is concerned. It's a brand new universe for me. Justin, you have a gift for gift of the gab. Surely you've done stuff like this before. Yes. I speak when I'm nervous. I yammer more when I'm nervous. But that didn't stop people from lobbing me into jobs that were usually forward facing, customer service based. But it happens. Now, adding a bit more papyrus and a bit more white in now. Just to start picking out some more finer details on our vest. This is one of those areas on the model where it'll make or break it. Yeah, I was saying to someone earlier, the goal with this is to push the realism as much as possible. So, like, really doubling down and concentrating on the finishes and the fabric and the building up of the layers we do on that skin are going to ultimately help us sell that. So there we go, that's starting to lighten up more into the realms of where we want. We've still got those really deep shadows, which is great. Gently stippling, not completely going over our previous steps. just enough of them show through so we get a good transitional layer happening. Oh. Because we've thinned this layer down quite considerably too, slight variations in our tone affects different areas of the model. Everybody gone quiet. Gone into lurk mode. Viewers. We got all on Twitch. Wow. I think I might have to do my best to attempt a raid. What do you reckon? Very first raid. Disconnect everybody in chat. Oops. More highlight. Higher. Can you take me higher? I'm kidding. That'll be the last time I sing Creed on this channel. Don't leave, please. Can't hear you, but be jealous. Just had peanut butter on pikelets. I know you can't have these ones. They're not gluten free, sorry. Peanut butter on pikelets? That's weird enough that it might work. You know what's better on pikelets? Bacon and cheese and maple syrup. Because they're awesome. Oh. Yes, if you are out there and you like what you see, make sure to follow along. Post updates after each stream on my Instagram, which is the bottom left hand corner of your screens at Critical Paint Studios. That way You'll get updates on this and anything else I'm working on. Oh. Okay. Just going to mute the microphone for a second and hit this with the hairdryer just so we can get a good seal on, or good dry across that. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Take these off for a second so we can. Oh, why is that frozen? Is that frozen? It says we're live. We're still live. Yep. Okay, we're good. There's about a 10-second delay. Right. So pins and needles. Now that we've done a bit of work on that brown, we'll see if it matches with the rest. Come on. I should do this one as well. Okay. Yep. Looks like our lighting's matching in quite happily there. Should we go lighter on that vest, I'm wondering? Sound off in the comments. Let us know. Sound off in the chat, I should say. Let us know what you think. Thinking we might need. No, we won't. We won't do any more on that until we've done the hat. Then I need to work on a wool, sort of a dirty wool look. The inside of the vest area here and the hat. These little spots up here. And then the stitching on everything. but looking pretty good there. Happy with how that's coming along and how the how it's all fitting together, which is good. Almost done. Well, almost done this stage. Still got the hat to go, and then we just blend everything down and make it all as good as we possibly can make it. Still got the belt to do as well, and those nice NMM gold pieces that I'm going to be incorporating into the buckle and things. But I'm dumbfounded. I didn't think I'd make that much progress on this today, but we have. Just got 2 new viewers on Beam. Welcome aboard. Say hello. Drop in the chat. Let us know what you think of what I'm working on. This is the Amanita Shaman from Creepy Tables. And I am Justin, also known as Critical Pain Studios from Brisbane, Queensland in Australia. If you haven't figured out where I was from yet. Yeah, we've had a big day. We've gotten a lot done. We've got most of the vest work done. We got most of the sleeves finished. We got raided by some folks over on Twitch, which is awesome. It's, yeah, we're having fun. Happy with how that's coming along. Once we've got the main work done on that hat, should be able to put it all together and go around and update little areas and make sure our lighting's right and shadows falling where it should be. Yeah, we've got 10 folks, so I'm going to see about dropping you guys into another channel. So just bear with me. Okay, I'll sort that out shortly. Let's go. Cool. Okay. Now let's see about the no wrong one. Oh, skits. Oh, I think I might drop you all into skits. So there's that. What actions? I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. Filter. What actions? Human actions. Slow mo. Restream. Let's just. That's some things. Okay. What about this? I think I might have to do it from the main manager. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it from the PC behind me. Just give me a minute and I'll get that organized and I will drop everybody in to skits because they are online and they are cool. They're a very cool Aussie painter. I'm just going to, I'll actually do it left-handed if I can. Okay, so I just have to click that. Awesome. That one there. Okay, we're ready for the drop. Awesome. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming along today, stopping by and seeing what we're doing. Um, at this stage, I will be on again. What's today? All right, now tomorrow's a bit different. Going to be on from 7 a.m. till 11:30 at this stage. Um, just trying to gauge best of times around the world for who and where and what and how. So yeah, we should be cool. And Thursday will be 12 to 2. That's just a quick little stream. Uh, Friday, which is normally going to be a stream sort of later in the afternoon, I won't be doing because I will be on my way to my hometown of Harvey Bay. Um, so there won't be a stream then or over the weekend because it is my father's 80th birthday over the weekend and we're going up for that. But I will be back Monday, all ready to roll online. Don't know exact times at this stage yet. Even though it says 7 a.m. to 11:30, I might change that depending on how things roll. But Smashy's gone to sleep by the look of it. Wake up, Smashy. Wake up, Smashy. That's all right. I'll drop you over. Okay, so I'm going to wrap things up and we'll drop in to Skits, who's a good friend of mine, and we'll call some revelry in there. So let's get ready to roll, shall we? And for all those folks on Beam, just one person, we've reached the end of the show. I'm sorry. Hope you have a wonderful day.